Good evening. It is Thursday, May 30th, 2013. This is your Island Blader speaking. Here's what's happening. Wow. I've been asking myself the last couple days, has hell truly frozen over? And did I really just see my baseball team take it to their big brothers and sweep them in a four-game split home-and-home series, two in Queens, two in the Bronx? Did we really just see that? I mean, this is the first time ever in this Mets-Yankees battle that the Mets have swept the Yankees. I mean, wow. I mean, listen, for what it's worth, I mean, we know this Mets season has been a disaster so far, but and let's not, get carried away in the fact that the Mets put up this great offense, because they haven't been as of late. I mean, it was great last night scoring 9 runs, but tonight, I mean, did Dylan G just really pitch a great game? I mean, he goes 7 2/3. I mean, he struck out, I think, 10 or 11. I forget what, but I have the stats in my phone somewhere. But unbelievable. They took it to the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees, who obviously, are fighting with this, basically most of the American League East. I mean, and I shouldn't get carried away. It is late May. They're not seeing each other again. But wow. Wow. I mean, they win tonight 3-1. They, with the exception of Robinson Cano home run, I mean, Dylan G was spectacular. And that's the outing that we've been longing to see from Dylan G this year, because, albeit his first outing of the year against the Padres, Dylan G had been a disaster. But I mean, wow. I mean, this is crazy. And we have a lot, it's a lot to be happy. I mean, look, at the rate this season is headed, you know what? This might be the moment of the year for the Mets, and the fans, taking it to the Yankees in 4 games. I mean, listen, they were fortunate to win a couple of those games, the ones at Citi Field, coming from behind in that, but then outright just beating the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Unbelievable. Wow. But, the pitching lately has been, the starting pitching, during the 5-game winning streak, they haven't given up much. Ever since Dylan G crapped out against Atlanta last Saturday night, I mean, the Met pitching has been, and even despite in the midst of all of that, what, the pitching, especially the bullpen. I mean, the bullpen has not been that terrible. Bobby Parnell is pitching lights out when he gets called up in the 9th inning of games. I mean, it's amazing, because Bobby Parnell of last year, 2 years ago, etc. I mean, please. And we found out a little bit of news today. I mean, Ruben Tejada is going to the Ruben Tejada was probably bound for the minor leagues anyway. Despite he had a hit last night, and but the laziness in the shortstop, it's just gotten to be enough. Too many bad plays there, and Ike Davis, for all his brilliance, he had 2 hits last night and didn't play today. So there were a few ounces of bad news. John Neese is going to be skipping his next start, which is slated on Saturday against the Miami Marlins. Now, I'm not going to say playing the Marlins this weekend is a walk in the park. I mean, yes, they are the worst team in baseball at like 13-37 or whatever the record is. But, because last time the Mets went there, I mean, they should have swept them, ended up losing 2 out of 3. A couple of disasters down there. But, again, I mean, wow. I mean, it's amazing. And the Mets should go to South Florida feeling really good. They really should. Enjoy it while I can, because, they've got the best team in baseball coming in after that. And then we don't have to deal with the Cardinals again after next week. But yeah, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Tonight, Marlon Byrd, had the big bat 2-run shot there in the top of the 2nd inning. And realistically, I mean, the Yankees are lucky that the Mets didn't pour it on. Because right after that, they Justin Turner led off the game with a double right down the line. Couldn't capitalize. They could have and after the Mets scored that insurance run in the top of the 8th inning, I mean, the Yankees are fortunate they didn't pour it on there too. I mean, look, I'm not saying the Met offense is strong, because they weren't. I mean, they outscored the Yankees 16-7 in this 4-game series. But I mean, you gotta, it's still a weak lineup. I mean, let's face that. I mean, they were playing, they're basically playing, half the lineup is a minor league team. I mean, Omar Quintanilla got called up since Tejada's hurt. Juan Lagares was playing. Anthony Recca was playing. It was a smart move because he had John Buck with the DH. So it's like, still, I mean, it feels great. It feels really good and all for the Mets to sweep the Yankees, take it to their big brothers, because the Mets are often laughed at in this town, and of course the Yankees have an immense following even outside of here because, they're the Yankees, and it's this was about time, and sometimes you wish, the Mets could play like the Yankees, and play that baseball that, this is probably just a setback for the Yankees if you think about it. I mean, the Yankees are still the Yankees, and while they had a shaky start to the year, they've really picked it up since. You can't deny that, but still, it's, you know, and of course, I have a feeling Yankee fans are going to be making excuses about how, Teixeira and Euclid, who are due back tomorrow, well, when the Red Sox come to the Bronx, are going to be back, and Jeter's not there, and everything else, and blah blah blah. I mean, like I said before, I mean, I don't know who half the Yankees are anymore. But as far as I see a bunch of aging players on this team. I mean, Lyle Overbay and Travis Hafner and all these other guys. I mean, they're, you know what I'm saying? So, for what that's worth. But, I mean, they have a veteran presence, obviously. But still, it's, I mean, they shut them down straight up. The last 4 games, I mean, like I said, the Yankees couldn't do anything. I mean, they blew 2 leads in the first 2 games at Citi Field, where the Mets endured. The Mets straight up spanked them yesterday, an 8-0 lead. And then tonight, they just, efficient pitching from Dylan G. So you can't go wrong with that. But, wow. A lot to smile about, especially if there are Met fans out there that despise the Yankees. I don't have a problem with the Yankees, I root for them if it's the playoffs, the Mets aren't there, I'd like to see the Yankees do well. No problem. But, I mean, wow, for those that hate the Yankees, I mean, they must be relishing in this right now. I mean, they love this. We love this. But, it's even better, though, when the Mets play Philadelphia and sweep them. But, because, naturally I despise the Philadelphia Phillies. But, I mean, still. I mean, we see the Phillies all the time. We don't see the Yankees often, obviously. So, anyway, with that said, I see I'm delirious. With that said, I'm going to keep it right from here. This is your Island Blader deucing out for now. Let's go Mets! I mean, yeah, they're 22 and 29. Don't ask me why. Come on. Really? Can't we relish in this, please? Anyway, deuces for now.